and gentlemen across our beloved Kyber Empire. It feels like I haven't talked to you guys since last year. Please clap. Today, I want to give you guys that New Year's inspiration that anything is truly possible by introducing the new Galactic Legend, asterisk, to start us off in 2023. Can we get a drum roll? Oh. Yeah, it's the Grand Inquisitor. Yay. First off, congratulations to all those who unlocked Grand Inquisitor last week. Yay. Sad fact is you're probably not going to do what I'm showing today. And neither will I. Now, the best way to start the new year is with a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. I'm not going to overload us today, but first thing I want to say, CG took my 10 whatever datacrons from the Lord Vader season, and I was barely able to put one together. That's salt number 1. Salt number 2. These datacrons are killing me, guys. I wanted to show you guys this datacron in action. We got the Grand Inquisitor thing, but the most important part is this level 6. And no matter how much I farm out of Conquest, I can't get the right roll. I need this right here. Inquisitor's allies get 100% potency, and they're going to dispel buffs and inflict health down on all enemies with Purge at the start of their turn. Luckily, though, the RNG gods smiled upon my shardmate Gucci. Give a round of applause. They are always helpful when we test out characters, and they fortunately have the right datacron with the right level 6. And I'm going to show this on defense and offense. On offense, this team basically beats every Galactic Legend, SOKRs, Lord Vaders, Master Lukes, Master Kenobis, and even Rey. And when I tried to fight this on defense with some teams, my Rey almost lost, Master Luke almost lost. So let this be some inspiration as you're gently caressing that like button that we're starting off 2023 strong. And if this guy can be the best character to start off 2023, anything is possible. It just sucks that I can't get I just want the right. All right, let's get into it. So let's go roll some gameplay. So the other day when I was trying to, the thing that really sucks about datacrons is I feel kind of useless showing stuff because I'm not whaling, I'm not spending the money, or I'm just not getting the right luck, and it's all of the above in this month. This month has not been going well, and I'm feeling we're gonna have a little bit of a rough Grand Arena this month if I'm not getting the right datacron. So far, I'm like 0 out of 3 for the level 9s I'm trying to get so far. So we're gonna have to rely on some other folks that happen to have the right datacrons. And I asked Gucci, hey, I see you got the right datacron. Can you record some battles in Squadron? They're like, sure. They climbed up to the top and they recorded a bunch of battles going up against a variety of Galactic Legends, and they said they're pretty much able to beat any type of Galactic Legend that's kind of existing out there right now. And man, do I feel a little bit jealous. And I decided at the very other half of the video, we're going to show me going up against the Grand Inquisitor on defense. So far, I mean, this is Galactic Legend versus Grand Inquisitor. I think Grand Inquisitor is going to be best on offense if you have him at the Relic 7, and you have the rest of the team at Relic 5 for the level 6 bonus on this datacron. Probably going to be more of an offensive type of off-meta. Yeah, it's off-meta, right? It's not a Galactic Legend. Off-meta datacron Galactic Legend counter, starting us off with Lord Vader getting stomped. He's out of favor now. It's funny, after his datacron expired, he kind of vanished off the squad arena map all of a sudden. If you can't have unlimited cooldowns, wow, he's not as amazing, right? Well, now we're moving over to Jabba, and Jabba as well. It's not just a Lord Vader knock. This is Inquisitor, Grand Inquisitor, and the Inquisitors taking on all the other top talents. So Master Kenobi, Jabba. So this is not going to be a Lord Vader dunk video. Everyone's getting dunked on by the Grand Inquisitor right now. And the reason why it's happening, so right now it's debatable if the tank revive is the better level 3. I think against Jedi Master Kenobi, the level 3 tank revive is going to be the better one. So when Commander Sokatano insta-kills Ninth Sister, you're just going to get everyone to revive Ninth Sister again, and then Master Kenobi's screwed, and you got to start all over again trying to kill off the Ninth Sister, and she is a tough cookie to kill without an insta-kill on her. But really the biggest thing here is that level 6, and that's why even though I have Grand Inquisitor at level 9, it's the level 6 that you need that transforms this team entirely. Getting an 100% potency on this team is already pretty nuts. They're going to be able to have a very high consistency applying their debuffs on a team. but getting that dispel on the buffs, inflicting health down, means you're going to easily navigate your way around the teams out there. And putting health down, it means they're easier to kill off. And that's the most important one. And I just can't seem to get it, even though I tried so hard. That's so hard. Yeah, datacrons don't even matter. You know, you've heard that song before on the radio, most likely. And then lastly, the level 9 bonus, which I do have, but I don't have the full packet. While Grand Inquisitor is active, Inquisitor's allies are immune to fear and stuns. This is where when you go to SLKR can't stun, which is the problem. Darth Revan and Malgus, they can't apply fear. And this is the big thing right here. Whenever an ally or enemy is defeated, you're getting 50% Terminator on Inquisitor's allies, damage immunity for 1 turn, which can't be copied, and their cooldowns are reset. And this is why that tank revive is great up against Master Kenobi. Because Master Kenobi, you can't get Terminator, right? So, kind of useless. So what you're going to want to have is the ability to get Ninth Sister to revive after Commander Sokatano insta-kills her, and then all you're going to do is you're going to get damage immunity on the entire team. So, again, making it difficult for Kenobi to do any sort of work, and this is the result that you're seeing. Basically, again, now, this isn't like taking 5 minutes. They're doing this in relatively normal time, 2 minutes or so, 2.5 minutes. They're taking out these Galactic Legends, which is absolutely insane, my friends. So what we're going to do now, they only recorded a few battles up against a couple teams they saw inside of Grand Arena and managed to record, or Squad Arena, I should say. We're going to transition now over to me fighting this team on defense. And this is where, again, Galactic Legend versus Grand Inquisitor, it seems like it's going to be fine because the problem with the Inquisitor, they're not the brightest bulbs in the box here, but, they can still, even when they're not being bright, they can cause some problems. Like, we used a full-blown Master Luke team up against Grand Inquisitor, and we almost lost. We almost lost the battle. It was a nasty battle as well. So this is where we're going to see Grand Inquisitor could beat Master Luke. If the tables are turned, you're bringing Grand Inquisitor on offense. Master Luke is going to be another easy win here, especially with all the buff dispels. Even with Yoda, I'm trying to spread the buffs around. They're just constantly dispelling them. So Yoda felt almost useless on this team. And then when you have 8th Brother, it's the first time I'm feeling like 8th Brother is actually very, very helpful on the team because he's able to get a lot more turns, get a lot more cooldown resets, able to constantly just throw blind out there. I felt like my Jedi team was struggling up against it. With the blind, I couldn't land any hits. Luckily, Master Luke's lead was able to get us hits, and we could finally catch up. Later on, and once the Grand Inquisitor was down, things felt a little bit easier at this point. But the most surprising thing is going to be the battle up against Grand Inquisitor bringing in Galactic Legends Rey. Holy cow. So they said, Gucci that is, they said they managed to take out Rey when they brought Grand Inquisitor going up against Rey. Again, they didn't record anything because I asked them after the fact, once I saw they were playing around with this Grand Inquisitor. But Rey struggling was pretty nuts. I felt like I couldn't do anything. I'm kind of sitting there. Even when Rey was an ultimate one time, they're just rolling over me nonstop, going and going and going. It was insane. And then SOKR, it was the easiest battle out of the Galactic Legends I kind of threw at them. But you can see, even in this situation, SOKR was going to probably have some struggle. Now, I do have the datacron, which gave us Retribution. I imagine if we didn't have the Retribution, probably would have been a little bit more difficult of a battle. We couldn't stun them out the get-go with SOKR, which is problem number 1. Problem number 2, they kept dispelling my advantage every single time they were taking a turn. And what happens there is Hux gets incredibly weak because you're constantly taking the advantage off. He's reapplying it, and all you need is a little tickle, and Hux is going to go away. But check this battle out right here. This one was a nail-biter. I assume, you're probably not going to want to throw Rey against Grand Inquisitor, and Grand Arena doesn't sound like a very good bang-for-buck transaction in that situation there. But even so, just trying to throw all the Galactic Legends at this, it was a nasty battle. My Resistance hero, Finn, Poe, felt like they were doing nothing. Constantly on their ability block, getting pile-driven. Ben couldn't get the revives, the cheese going on because we weren't inside of Grand Arena. But even so, I don't see that's going to be a huge deal. It was hard to sudden Whirlwind, the 9 Sister. If you can't sudden Whirlwind 9 Sister, you got to do it the old-fashioned way. Some raw damage, getting some healing immunity on her, and then trying to land an ultimate or a sudden Whirlwind. Very difficult to pull off here. It wasn't until the very last second of the battle where Rey goes into ultimate, we finally built up some mastery a little bit from all the juicy Terminator that the Inquisitors are getting, and then we're able to land the big Booma on them. And that's another problem. If you don't land the ultimate at the right time and they have damage immunity on them, you're going to be kind of in a problematic situation because you can't do anything if they have damage immunity on them. So the moral of the story here, y'all, is kind of like what we said. The Inquisitors are, I wasn't a fan when they came out. I'm still not a fan of it because I don't like teams that have this obvious hole missing. And then we just got to hope for the datacrons to come in that's going to plug into that last spot that's going to make this team a lot more viable. Well, this is that team. Maybe I got to get up with the times. I'm still stuck in a pre-datacron world, and I'm not keeping up with it. And it seems like a lot of you guys as well are kind of in the same boat where only like maybe 10-14% of the votes that I put out there are at least engaging datacrons at like at least one level 9 basis. So I understand that these videos, they are definitely tailored towards mega endgame, Kyber 1, and mega whales, new whales, old whales that like to spend money on datacrons. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird spot with how to go about datacrons. I think it's worth showing the show where the game is right now. I have a feeling we're going to have a rough Grand Arena season, not getting datacrons like this just because of bad RNG, or we're not whaling hard. If they have the packs, if we wanted to, we could whale hard. But again, I don't see the purpose of whaling for temporary power that they're going to take away. And as I showed, a horrible exchange rate when it comes to these datacrons, where they took my 10, 11, however many sets I had for the Lord Vader set, and I only got one. Only one. I barely was able to put the Grand Inquisitor one together. Only one in return. It's such a trash conversion rate. And get this, man, RNG does not like me. We got 2 Canderous datacrons. Man, I just wish there was a way to, like, if they see you have one, I don't need 2 Canderouses. And of course, I still don't have the ideal level 6 as well. Oh gosh, datacrons are killing me, y'all. But we'll see. We got another week of conquest. Maybe I'll get the reroll materials on Sector 5 to try to reroll that this one right here. Again, if I can't get this, I only have maybe a 60% as viable Grand Inquisitor. That's the problem. You're gonna have a lot of have and have-nots in all these divisions that use datacrons, but that's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to leave that like button. If Grand Inquisitor can make a change in this year, well, anyone can. And most importantly, always remember that it's great to be in the Empire today. Oh, it's great to be in the Empire.